Hello everybody, Eternal Primo here. Been a while since I've done one of these, but we're going to do a tech review. This one's going to be fun. I actually haven't heard of this brand before, but I found it when I went on a little trip to Best Buy. It's called JLab. They have a very few series of mics. This one is their studio quality USB mic, and we're about to see how studio quality that is. So before we get into that, don't forget to like the video if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget, I stream on Twitch every Sunday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there. Now, let's see. So before we get into that, this is a two-way directional pattern mic. It has cardio and omni, so you can get individual or two ways. Let's see. You can control your recordings, how loud they are. It's plug and play, so you don't really need anything. Ooh, it says it has a 5-foot long USB Type-C input. Oh, it says it can do ASMR. Mind you, I think almost all microphones can do that now if you have the right software. It's a dynamic mic. It's compact, lightweight. Well, it says it's an aluminum folding stand, has a 5-inch round mount. Do you show? Not really. Nothing else. There's not a whole lot of geeky audiophile stuff on this, so let's see what we got here. Okay, so you pull this out. Any more things I need to cut? Doesn't look like it. Oh, that's kind of nice. Look at this. Oh, wow. They thought of everything. They even give you a little ball doodad to put on. Is it in there? I'm assuming. So, good packaging. I love good packaging. Like, it's not the firmest of foam, but it is decently thick, which is what matters. Like, this foam is beautiful. Like, I love good packaging. It makes me feel a lot safer when it comes down to the tech I use when it comes to the good packaging. Let's see, instruction manual, and that's the cable. And now, Type-C is amazing. Not many things I have that are Type-C. So let's see what we got here. We have a Type-C. That's the two directionals, but how do I... Is there like a way I can... I'll have to figure out how I change it. Because other than pressing the mute button, which does not seem to be the right way, it does have a USB port, which is important. USB port. A mic jack. It has a mic jack, that's very important. And it has a little volume dial on it. Nothing else to it. It does look like it has some sort of a pop filter built into it. That's gotta be for that. Alright, let's see how this works. Okay, so there's the stand. How do you... No. So the ball joint must be because of that. Okay. I think I got it now. Okay, I got you. So if we're going to use this with the given stand, which I wouldn't recommend, it's a personal thing. I'd rather use my boom arm or a boom arm in general. This is how it would look. Not bad. I want to see how it looks on a boom arm, but we can do that later. I feel like we're going to have an issue doing it with this, though, so I'm going to have to... Yeah, it looks like the right size. Yep, that is definitely the right size, so the ball is what would attach to this. So, now my question is going to be, is this a front talking or one of the sides? And if it's going to be one of the sides, it's going to be this one. So, let's figure that out with the manual, hopefully. I would love it if the manual says it. If it doesn't, I'm going to be very disappointed. Yes, it is a talk into the front here, which makes sense with it also being an omnidirectional. That way you can get everybody's talk from all around you. How do you change? Okay, so you switch recording that way. Press and hold to switch the recording. So that's how you switch from omnidirectional to cardioid. I'm not going to do a test on the omnidirectional. I don't really have a way of easily doing that. I will test the cardioid one because that's the one that's more important for in this use case, because this is meant more for streamers. It feels like it's aluminum, which is good. I like it more when the mics I use have the aluminum feel to it, because that way I know they didn't cheap out too much on the parts. I do find it weird that it has it's going to be awkward putting it on this now that I think about it, because my mount for the boom arm already has a ball on it, because I use the Elgato boom arm. It's going to be a little awkward using it with this, and it's going to have to be standing like this, so I'm going to have to, well, I'm going to switch out these mics and give it a little testy, and then we're also going to put this up against the Atrix microphone, which wasn't my favorite microphone, but it is another option, and it came with that light as well as the webcam. It was a streaming kit. I didn't have a whole lot of love for it. The mic wasn't bad though. So is this always... That is a never-ending dial, but I'm sure it does max out at some point. Let's just get this all put up together, and then it'll be all fine. Oh, I didn't notice this. Oh, thank you. Thank you, JLab. You gave us a right angle for... You gave us a right angle for these. That is awesome. I love right-angled mics to put on. I mean, that's just going to make cable managing this so much easier for whoever uses this mic. For $50, this is not a bad mic. Yeah, the mic is $50. Not a bad price. It's pretty a budget mic then. Let's get this set up, and then I'll show you guys what I think about this. Give me a minute for that. Okay, this is starting to become a problem. I can't get it to stay up like this. Like, after a few seconds, it just falls down. Oh, good. JLab, why? Why do a ball joint? Take out the ball joint. This would have been fine. But because you put it on a ball joint, I can't have it look like this, which would look clean. I can't even have it do this, because then I have a different issue. I can't. What were you thinking here? Alrighty, so I have figured out my problems with this mic base. So this is not a dynamic mic. This is a condenser mic, as it sounds. It's also a very sensitive mic. I had to set this to like almost negative 20 dB. Specifically, it was negative 18.9 dB. And this is just straight on my OBS settings here. I don't think there's a way to do this on the actual mic. The only way I could find to do any kind of volume control was on the dial on the bottom, but that was just for what you're hearing, not for what it's displaying. So as you're hearing right now, the mic does sound hopefully a little nice. I'll listen to it more afterwards. First, we're gonna do a little sample reading, because that's a good way of doing it, and then we'll see how it does with some plosives. But again, this is a very sensitive mic, so you might hear something in the background. I'm not sure. I at least do when I'm hearing this. In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit, not a nasty, dirty, wet hole, filled with the ends of worms and an oozy smell, nor a dry, bare, sandy hole, with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that... Alright, I'm gonna get this set up for the Atrix mic. I did find something out while I was doing this the first time, because this is now the second time I've had to do this, because I figured things out. Important. Depending on your boom arm, you don't actually have to use this. While this ball joint is also an adapter, which is nice, to the 5/8, I believe is what this is, which most boom arms sometimes can use. The smaller portion that this has is the exact same size for a good portion of other mic stands as well. You'll have to check when you get this. I know it's the right size for the Elgato boom arm. I'm hoping that there are some adapters to do this on other ones, because at the moment I would not suggest using this unless you're going to use... Alrighty, so here is the Atrix mic, and as you can see, I am talking just a little differently than I was last time that I did a review on this. I found out that the front of this is where you're supposed to talk to, not the top. That is an important distinction, and I would also consider, I'm hoping that because I'm doing it this way, the mic sounds better. I'm going to play with the positioning of this before actually doing the review of how this sounds compared to the JLab. So give me a second for that. In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit, not a nasty, dirty, wet hole filled with the ends of worms and an oozy smell, nor yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that meant comfort. So I would say the JLab GoTalk, the JLab Talk Go would be a great mic for a lot of people. I don't know what's going on with the feedback I was getting on the audio port for my headphone jack. It didn't show up in editing, so I'm assuming something's just kind of going on there. JLab, if you're seeing this, maybe shoot me a message, because I'm curious what's going on. I could have just gotten a bad mic. It's perfectly possible. Otherwise, it sounds great when editing. It actually does sound pretty good compared to my MV7, even though my MV7 does give me what I would say a more intelligent sounding voice. I think that's the word I'm going for. It is also truer to my voice itself, I believe, while the Talk Go is pretty darn close. It's not the best mic, obviously. There are better mics, always there is always going to be something better. The Atrix also does just as fine. I would say that they're both dynamics now for sure. I'm just more confused on what's going on with the audio jack, because it picks up everything that's going on around you. And when you're doing recordings like that, I mean, I did also do it at negative 19 almost decibels, so that could be why I'm not hearing as much. I might do a recording later at 0 decibels and see how it sounds at that. I think I actually already have one, so I might just rewatch that. Other than that, I would say both mics are great budget options for streamers. I would also say now the Atrix streaming bundle would be a good bundle to get as long as you don't need that webcam. That webcam is trash still. It doesn't look good. It doesn't really do well on streaming or YouTubing even. I would say a C920 would be a great option to get at a very budget price. Or just using your own like phone as a camera. That is also a great option. Other than that, guys, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget, I stream on Twitch every Sunday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there. And if you like me doing these kinds of reviews, please stay tuned. I will be having more come up as the next few weeks go by. Thank you again for tuning in, and have a good day.